Welcome to this week's race room. Coming up on today's show, we've got the latest from the world of MotoGP, we've got the best tweets of the week, and we've got what the camera's seen. So we start with the news, and we woke up to the very sad news this morning that Sir Jack Brabham had died in Australia at the age of 88. He was a three-time F1 world champion, winning an F1 title for the first time in a car of his own making, and he leaves behind a huge legacy, 3 sons in motorsport and 2 grandsons, one of which, Sam Brabham, is a great friend of the channel, so we're sending our very best wishes to the Brabham family. In MotoGP at the weekend, no surprises, it was Marc Marquez who won the race, making it his 5th win of the season out of 5 races, giving him maximum points at the moment. It wasn't as easy as it always usually is for Marquez though. He had to work his way up from 10th. He started the race in pole position but had a terrible start and then got a little bit embroiled with a few kind of pack and traffic jams. He managed to work his way up though within 13 laps and soon came up behind Rossi, but you can see made pretty light work of that too. Rossi actually making it quite easy for Marquez, running wide, and the Honda just went straight through. So Marquez crossing the line in first place with Rossi in second place. The Doctor on great form actually compared to last year. So it was Marquez, Rossi, and completing the podium, Álvaro Bautista, his first podium since 2012. So an interesting lineup there, no surprises for first place, but good to see Bautista rounding off 3rd place there. And that's your news. So what the camera's seen, and this week we have seen this, Valtteri Bottas's helmet for the Monaco Grand Prix this weekend. Quite a cool one here, lots of sparkle a la Vettel's helmet back in Singapore in 2013. Very, very sparkly, racing in the streets, love that little play on the whole dancing in the streets, with Monaco there written on as well, just for good measure. So interesting to see some new helmet designs perhaps for this weekend. And secondly, what the camera's seen, this was my camera this weekend in the glorious sunshine, me feeding a cow. Yes, I mean, the glamorous life I lead. And that is what the camera's seen. Send us your pictures so we can include yours next week. So let's look into the Twitty Jar, and this week we've got a picture here from Motors TV tweeting about a football boot. Now interesting, but if you look closer on the front of the boot it says "Keep Fighting Michael." So interesting to see that other sports are still keeping Michael Schumacher in their minds. Of course, Mercedes still running with that hashtag "Keep Fighting Michael" on their cars, but nice to see in the FA Cup final this weekend that Michael Schumacher was at the forefront of people's minds too. Very, very nice. And second tweet, quote of the week from Sebastian Ogier here, saying that when I see the footage being shown, I know we have better stuff than what we're able to see. Interesting, drivers having a point of view. Of course, so much incredible footage of the WRC, but not very much gets shown to the viewers. I mean, when we're there, we try and show you behind the scenes action. We've got a little bit of footage now, some of the teams giving us that. But yeah, interesting that the world champion having a massive opinion there that we aren't getting the best stuff available. So hopefully that will change and we'll get some better coverage, but who knows. Meanwhile, keep an eye on pole position, we'll bring you everything behind the scenes. Next tweet, this one from Guido van der Garde. Yeah, I think there's more chance of a pig flying past the window than having this line up on the podium again. Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel and Guido van der Garde. Well, he did have a good run in Belgium last year out in Spa, but yes, he's saying hopefully someday this will take place again, but then I'll make sure I'm in the middle. Perhaps in your dreams, Guido, sorry about that. And this one here, the F1 noise still rumbling on, excuse the pun. Here we've got the Mercedes mocked up with some speakers. Last week it was a trumpet, this week it's speakers. WTF1, love their tweets always. I think at Sniff Petrol could be onto something here. Yeah, imagine that. I don't think the aerodynamics would work so well. I think it would have Adrian Newey and the other engineers scratching their heads, but yes, less subtle than expected, I'm not so sure. And that's your tweets. So coming up on the channel this week, you can see me having a go at a few driving experiences at Silverstone. I joined a whole load of other media and journalists, so see how I got on. This weekend, it's the Monaco Grand Prix. We're seeing the super soft tyre for the first time this year, and the soft tyre is going to be an interesting race. A lot of the drivers saying it's going to be tougher this year because of the new cars, so we'll have to wait and see who wins. It'll be a good one to watch. The battle between Rosberg and Hamilton will continue, no doubt. We have also got Indy 500 to look forward to. Ed Carpenter on pole position for the race, so keep an eye on the channel, we'll be tweeting about that too. And we've got World Touring Cars out in Austria. So in the meantime, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the action.
is measuring the airflow behind the front wheels. And what they're doing is measuring how that airflow comes off. And as we run it forward, we'll see there it comes out of this system of pipework and into what's called an